So this is my little 46 box. It's a Compaq ProLinea 433. 4 meaning 46, 33 meaning 33 megahertz. I also have another ProLinea, which is a 5120, and that is a Pentium 120, 5 meaning 56 meaning Pentium. That's a neat system, but that's for another day. We're talking about this. So, I mean, it's a pretty basic system overall. Off the top of my head, it has a 1.2 gigabyte Seagate branded Connor drive. See, that was when they were still kind of mingling. It looks like one of these, but it is Seagate branded. This is a Connor branded Connor. I also have two other Seagate branded Connors. Connors suck. On the front, it's pretty basic. There's a vent here. The ISA cards reside on this side, of course, and little PC speakers not far in. And the processor's also right here in the front. Power light, hard disk activity light, 3.5-inch floppy. More details on that in a minute. Power switch, of course, AT power only, and a 5.25-inch bay that needs fix. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with the 5.25-inch bay yet. I have a lot of options. One, and I think this is a decently sensible option. It's a 5.25-inch floppy drive. I have a beige one that would match this a lot better. I could put in another hard drive, but I'm not really gonna get much use out of that, honestly. I could go for an early 90s CD-ROM drive, which I think this would be pretty appropriate. This is a really cool drive. It's a Mitsumi single-speed drive, and it's from 1991, 1992. So perfectly appropriate, and it's really cool. It's a bit tricky. There we go. So this whole bit slides out, and you put, oh, there's actually a disc in there. So for purpose of illustration, you would insert your CD, which this is the spindle holder, and you would lock it in like that. Busy light, headphone jack, and whatchamacallit, volume wheel. Power, Mitsumi interface, looks like IDE, it's not, and CD audio. I would like to put this drive in, but I do not have a Mitsumi CD interface. So as of right now, I cannot. What else? I have the option of a fairly standard CD-ROM drive from the mid-90s, maybe late 90s for this one. That is, of course, an option and probably the most sensible. Or I could put in a Gold Star Compaq salt-loading drive, which is a little ridiculous for this thing. But I don't know yet. I also could go the route of an external SCSI CD-ROM drive, or an internal. I have one of those too. Using my NEC interface. 16-bit ISA, of course. And using it with this really heavy changer that also needs to have the lid screwed back on. This would also work, but I need to be running DOS or Windows. Not running either of those, actually. And you may ask, what operating system are you running then? Well, I'm definitely not running DOS, and I'm definitely not running Windows. So what am I running? IBM Operating System 2 2.0. This is another find of mine, and I was like, yeah, I'll put that in the 46. Now this will run on my 386, any of my 386 Test Pros, I believe. I know the one that still works. Two of them need recapped. 10 of them suck. Old ones do. What does this even require? 386SX or 4 megabytes of memory. Okay, yeah, that'll run on the other one. That one needs a new hard drive. Well, it has a hard card in it, but whatever. Yeah, so OS 2 has been interesting. I will show it, hopefully. But, we will see. Now, like I said, oh, on the floppy drive, too. So, the original drive is really gummed up. Figure out what it is. And, of course, these two among you will know that that is not the right colors for the disk drive. This is the original drive that came right out of it. Notice how it matches the power switch. This drive is really gummed up and I'm lazy to clean it. But I don't know if it actually works. I haven't tried. But I found another spare drive for my ProLinea 5120. And I was like, oh, this drive will work. And this drive works perfectly fine. So let's take a look around back. I already took out the screws too because Torx fits suck. Starting from this side, you can see our exhaust fan, which draws air through the front. AC inlet, multi-voltage, it's parallax. This had a little locking tab in it actually, and I broke it off because I have a padlock. PS2 keyboard and mouse, of course, dual serial ports, parallel printer port, and a VGA port. And we also have a built-in 10BASE-T, well, not built-in, what am I saying? An ISA 10BASE-T network adapter, and 10BASE-2 as well. Not 10BASE-2, no. 10BASE-T and 10BASE-5 at 10 megabits. It's a 3-com Etherlink 2, I believe. And then there's the switch, I'm not quite sure what that's for. Oh, yes, we need to open it up. Now I'm going to put the camera down for this to make it easier. Baby, you make me wish I had 3 hands. Alright. So the lid will kind of lift off like that. Do that, apparently. So if we flip it around, you can see our Intel 486 processor, of course running at 33 megahertz. I'm glad it's a DX as well. You can see the spot where a CoPro socket would reside. But it's a DX, so it doesn't need it. Our 3-com Etherlink adapter. And our ISA riser. Now I'm going to take this network card out so we can get a view beneath it. I've not actually looked down there. Where's my screwdriver? Aha. It's a bit tricky doing this with one hand. Hence why I said, baby, Jesus, you make me wish I had 3 hands. Et voila. So you can see our lovely network adapter. Does not have a boot ROM. And if we, actually, where is the memory on this system? I don't know. I think it's down there. Yes. I know you can barely see it. But we have 4 72-pin SIM sockets. Currently this is populated with 20 megabytes of memory, which, I mean, is good enough for 46 in my opinion. It's quite a bit, actually. So, obviously the floppy drive sits here in the data chart. Our power switch, which we'll get to that. And like I said, our aforementioned 3.5 floppy drive. Under there sits a Connor peripherals drive, rebranded as a Seagate. And this is generally what the drive looks like. It looks a little different. It's 1.2 gigs instead of 425 megs, but it serves my illustration. Drive seems to be working just fine, which is nice. Now I Still don't know what I'm gonna do for CD-ROM. It's not that difficult to install, really. And if I scooch over here, it looks like there's a spot for a PC speaker, and you can see the cord going to the power supply for the switch, but I'm not sure. This also, of course, comes off. And there is there a 5 1/4 inch hookup? Yes. I apologize for the dark picture. And is there an IDE hookup? That's floppy. Seemingly no. That's troubling. I might go with the SUMI interface then, they're not expensive. Now, what else I've noted here? I need to put the network card back in. Obviously, 3 16-bit ISA slots that are on the full length of the case, which is obviously nice. I need to put this in. Stubborn it be. And I need a screw. Shit. Okay, there it is. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. This needs a new clock chip. And I don't know if it has a Dallas chip or what. I don't have a flashlight to use, so I can't really look. Let's tighten it up. Oh, yes, lovely. A 2032. All of my 3D6s have Dallas chips. Well, all but one. The oldest has a 7.2 volt Tataran computer battery. That's going to be fun to replace. My SLT 286, which is a portable, that's power supply died, which I need to sort that out, but that has a soldered Dallas chip. Yeah, so that's basically it from the inside. Obviously our microprocessor, our PC squeaker can, and yeah, you can see your dreaded Connor drive. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is the monitor I use with the system. It is a 14-inch Hewlett-Packard SVGA monitor. I believe it's still plugged in. Yes, it is, and I heard the gas. So I'm gonna put the lid back on, and we'll fire her up. It's very tricky on this. Yay. Perfect. I'm not gonna bother with screws. Fuck that. What I am gonna bother with is monitor and power. I have to move my pile of stuff here. My pile of props, if you will. I have too much stuff. Not enough space. Space Vac storage pack, I think it is. Hell if I know. Too much stuff and not enough space. Space Vac storage pack. Alright. Keyboard. A totally inappropriate mouse. I actually have the correct mouse, but I use it with my ProLinea 5120. Yes, I like it better. Alright, let's do this. I do not have an appropriate keyboard, but I have this beefy rubber dome, actually. Kind of sounds a little mechanical, but actually AST keyboard. I mean, I'm in Texas right now, and that is like the heart of old computers, pretty much. Unless it's California, that also applies. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. So I've been to Computer Reset Warehouse twice. So I have found a lot of things and gotten a lot of things. Doubt I'm going back though. It was expensive. I mean, quantity-wise, like, if you compare Computer Reset to eBay, oh my god. You're making it like a bandit and a half. I mean, I got that monorail in a lot, like a huge lot. I'll have to link a picture or something if I remember. 150 bucks for all that. Got a ton of stuff. And I have to move the monitor. Oakley dokley. Let's turn our display on. So, yeah, so now I'm sitting in front of the monitor. And let's turn it on. I always forget something, don't I? Power's not plugged in at the other end. Hold on. Okay. It should be in business. And I unplugged the monitor. Freaking great. Okay, now we're in business. Sorry for the CRT flicker, I really cannot do anything about it. And this is OS 2.0. It is a really cool operating system when you think about it. No networking support. I don't have a sound card in this, obviously. Oh, open templates don't do that. Yeah, templates are a thing. Oh, there it is. So, intricacies of the OS, of course. No trash can, we have shredder. Drives. You don't have a V drive, I don't know why it shows one. Ooh, that was bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm so sorry about that. Jeez. Yes. So, let's see, Laser Writer 2 NT. I installed that printer driver because I actually have one, though it needs a toner cartridge and a paper tray. But let's just hop right into one of the more interesting parts of the OS. So, DOS and Windows. Yes. DOS for drive A, you can do that. DOS full screen. Exit, of course, but the coolest thing. Windows 3.0. I think this is pretty neat. Yes, please. So notice how it's called WinOS 2. So, OS2 system is kind of your main deal. Startup games. What do we have in games? Reverse E. Insert Windows 1 joke. I could put Windows 1 on this thing. Granted, that'd be a lot more appropriate on a 286. System setup, which is basically control panel. Sound system. OS2 is such a strange operating system. Logo, and you can change logos, customization, like I can edit the icon for this. Yeah, there you go. It's just so odd, but enjoyable. Makes me want to try Ecom Station. And one of its hallmark features is that it is a fully 32-bit operating system, something that Windows 3 was only, well, 3.1 was only partially. This came out the same year as 3.1, which is 92. Master Help Index. Network objects. I would like to get this thing on the network. Yeah, OS2 is quite strange. Let's put in a diskette. I wonder what's on this. I also want to demonstrate DOS from Shover. What is this? I think this is a DOS installer. Oh, this is for a network card, I think. Yes, it is for the. Oh, yeah. Fine. The image. Oh, yeah, it's not set up properly. Oh boy. Okay, I need to fix that. Escape to cancel. Oh boy. Exit. Oh. Of course it doesn't reboot, it just goes into back into OS2 Shover. That's neat because it can run Windows 3.0 apps. Okay. And DOS apps and OS2 apps. You have a lot of compatibility right out of the gate. Which is why I like OS2. I'm considering putting version 3 or 4 on here because those have much better network support, or potentially network support at all. I don't really think OS2 has very good network support. But these are the templates files. It's kind of like the Lisa Office system. You have to tear off a new template, so to speak. So, terraforming program. Path 5, parameters, blah blah blah. Session. That's pretty neat. And it's very customizable, which is something I like about it a lot. Terraforming folder, color palette, pointer, printer. The world is your oyster, blah blah blah. And one of the things that took me a minute to figure out is how to shut the operating system off. You right-click the desktop. Also, you have to right-click to move icons on the desktop. That I also found really weird. But I'm going to shut this down. Yes, please. I would like to do a proper video about OS2, but I'm lazy, and I'm not LGR. I maybe want to get a later version installed. But that's about it. So I'm going to turn the system off, eject the floppy, and turn the monitor